Let's talk about Dahmer for a second before I think we're going to wrap up here pretty soon. But I want to talk about Dahmer because that's the popular thing, and I actually want to get kind of controversial. Now, when 91, so I was 11, 12 years old.
Shit, I was 2.
I was 1.
Yeah. when all this shit happened, and I remember.
How old are you, old man?
That's math.
when I was in school, I remember because a lot of my friends were into serial killers or whatever, and Jeffrey Dahmer, oh, he was gay, oh, he was just gay or whatever. I didn't realize, like,
17.
Jesus, I didn't realize, like, I didn't know about the barrel. I didn't know, like, I didn't really know the extent of him eating people, like the way that, like, it was perceived around, like, me and my friends was it was a gay serial killer that killed dudes that he was messing around with, right? So now I'm watching this, and I had no idea that a Reverend Jesse Jackson came to Milwaukee and, like, made it into a civil rights thing because a lot of the victims were black. Did you guys know this?
Yeah.
Now, to me, like, it's frustrating because it's funny how, like, different groups, the activist groups, like, will take their stance so hard that they step on other activists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, like, how it was told to me, how I perceived it, how everybody I knew, the gay serial killer, like, and it was never about gay, it was about black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to me, it was strange because it really wasn't about any of that. But if you wanted to put a pinpoint on activisms fighting for something, it would be gay more than anything, because the cops were like, yeah, okay, you guys are gay. All right. That's the reason why he got away with it, because back in 91, dudes were like, when it came to gays, they're like, all right, whatever, do your thing. I'm the fuck out of here. Oh my God, I got to take a shower, which is literally what that cop said to the fucking people in the dispatch.
Yeah.
Right. So to me, like, I was so frustrated. I'm like, dude, why is it that people have to, like, just pick these sides and these stances and fight so motherfucking hard to the point where they don't even see, like, the fucking reality of the situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, to me, and it's fucked up that, like out of that we can even have this conversation, regardless if it's about blacks, gays, fucking aliens. I don't give a shit. We're having this conversation over a dude who fucking had screws loose, stroller, because he used to fucking do whatever he did that put him down that path.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with blacks or gays or any of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are just small cliff notes or little small ingredients in the giant fucked up cake that is Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess it bothered me, like, watching that, like as a friend of mine had said, rabble rousing. You know what I mean? Like, I am all about equal rights, and whether it's blacks or Jews or whatever, but I feel like shit gets thrown around so. All right, let's be controversial for a second.
Yeah.
Sexual assault. That term gets thrown around so fucking loosely now that it's, like, almost, like, lost a little bit of its luster.
It's
like,
you know what I
some
mean?
of the victims of sexual assault.
Right. Absolutely. I don't know.
It's a thrown around term. The problem is that women have started using it too much to just be malicious to someone who they have their regrets about and shit. So it's I feel like what happened is it's been caught on to more lately. So it's less taken serious. I have to say, like,
but I feel that there's levels of that. I mean, just in the society that we live in now, like, okay, for instance, the term racist, that gets thrown around so fucking much that loses its luster. You know what I mean?
Pulled me over because I'm black. No, I pulled you over because you were speeding.
Right.
So,
yeah.
like,
you were drunk and swerving over the yellow line. Yeah. It wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's always, there's always it's always something, and it's almost like it's frustrating because I feel we live in a society that just wants to find its crutch.
Yep.
Yeah.
No matter what position you take in life, it's the working, as manly banter, the working man is dead.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's the one thing that I get so frustrated. We talk about this all the time, like in our day-to-day jobs, or even what you fucking do, go to the store, fucking any fast food joint, not even fast food joint, any real food joint now, the fucking people, the laziness, the fucking staring at the cell phones, and da-da-da-da-da. And I remember when I was a kid, man, if you wanted to party, you wanted to fucking do something on the weekend, you wanted to go to a concert, you shut your fucking mouth, you respected your elders, you respected your fucking parents, you went to fucking work. Okay, maybe you didn't respect all of them, but you showed respect to them while you were at the fucking place with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, dude, everything is so fucking panty waist now.
Yeah,
man, I sound like Mondiaz over here. I don't know. I wanted to get
I fucking love it.
I wanted to get a little serious because I'm not gonna lie. I watched that fucking Dahmer and it pissed me off.
I
understand the victims. A lot of them were black, but guess what? The worst one of all was a fucking Asian or fucking Philippine or whatever.
Yeah.
That I don't give a fuck. That was the worst. A 14-year-old fucking boy. Nothing was worse than that. And there were whites.
And that kind of gets just mowed over.
Absolutely right.
And you know, Dahmer even admitted in his interview. So outside of the Netflix little movie and stuff, he's been interviewed about, you know, everything that he's done, and he said, you know, it's not a race related.
Yeah, he said it. He said it numerous times. Actually,
I just would go for the most attractive person that would agree to.
Yeah, it was all about who he thought was pretty.
Yeah,
and
who he thought he could like manipulate over. Like, if you're going to be a serial killer, you're not going to go for someone who looks like they could fuck you up. Like, honestly, you want to go for the.
And you're not going to go with someone who has a thick crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing too. If anything, and that's why I said to bring it full circle back to when I first started. If anything, that they could, like, an activist could fucking argue about, it would be the gay situation, because that was a time where it was very hush hush and no and we don't want to see it if you're doing it, and so that was like a giant club of people that nobody wants to see. So it's not like, and it sucks, but at that given time, if someone were to disappear off the planet, stroller from that club of people that nobody wants to see,
disappear, the lights went out.
Nobody's gonna realize. You know what I mean? At that point in time. Now, give it this day and age, it's a whole nother fucking ball game. But back then, people were on the straight and narrow. You know what I mean?
Now, if you don't include the gays in murder, they're offended.
Yeah. So I guess you got. Well, no.
Kill all the white people. Kill all the white people.
Now listen, I will say this about that Netflix series. That is one of the most spot on documentaries I've ever seen, because I went back and I've been watching a lot of real footage, fucking crime, the trial, interviews with the fucking people from the thing, and I'm like, damn, even the people that they got to play the victims' families and shit, they look just fucking like them, wearing the same shirts and shit.
They didn't overplay the Hollywoodness of it.
No, it was pretty fucking good. And then it got me to look up his dad, like, to see if his dad was still around. And then I saw that he just did an interview in 2020, which probably, like, they must have contacted him about this fucking series, and he knew it was coming out, and
Oh yeah, mom and dad.
Well, his dad wrote a book.